Good morning and welcome back to Algebra 1. Today I'm going to read through the syllabus with you. I'm normally going to be using a software that does the screen recording, but they're in the process of getting that set up, so bear with me for today. So your Algebra 1 syllabus looks like this. And once you click on the document, it should pop up. You don't need to open it with Google Docs or anything because then it gets rid of the graphs and it moves things around a bit. So you can just press view and it'll leave it like this. But let's get started. So you'll go and you'll just click on your syllabus here and it'll pop up. And then you can use 2 fingers to scroll down on your Chromebook. But our curriculum for this year, we are going to be starting off with equations and then inequalities, functions, linear functions, systems of equations and inequalities, exponents and polynomials. And if we get lucky, we will get 2 factoring and polynomials. Normally this is about where we'll stop, but if we are ahead of schedule, we will get into quadratic functions. The end of the course is technically data analysis and probability, but if we don't get to that in Algebra 1, you will see that in Algebra 2, geometry, and most math classes from here on out. So it's okay if we don't get to that. But we're going to be using this textbook. It's different from the one I used last year to teach. I feel like it's a little bit better curriculum-wise. It has a better flow to it. The examples and the problems are better and more well written. So I'm going to enjoy teaching you guys from this book this year. If there are any pages from it that you need for assignments or just reading in general, I'll make sure to post those for you. I will also eventually provide in the materials section a link that will just take you to this book's glossary. So any vocab term that we use in class or in notes, you'll just be able to search it on there and just get a little bit better of an understanding on it. But that will eventually be under the materials tab in your assignments. So for this course, you will need a computer and Wi-Fi. You need your Chromebook that the school has provided for you. If all you have currently to use right now is your cell phone, please check with the school. When it comes to math and any type of graphing or some images or fractions and decimals, they don't show up correctly when you use your phone. The graphs might not even show up at all, so you won't be able to do certain types of problems when we get to that section. So please make sure you do have your Chromebook. And I made a little note of that right here. Quizzes and tests should be taken on a Chromebook or computer only. Do not try and take it on your phone. If that's all you have, I understand, but please try and get a Chromebook from the school. If you do start it on your phone and realize it's not working, I won't let you retake it because I'm letting you know ahead of time right here in your syllabus. So Wi-Fi, you will be required to have internet access daily in order to complete your assignments. If you don't have Wi-Fi at your house, please try, or if you don't have a computer, email me using your phone's data service and let me know that. Notebook, pencils, and paper, this is more for what you need. I've had students in the past use pens and then they have to scribble and they end up wasting a lot of paper. So it just makes it easier to use pencils or erasable pens. I'm not collecting a notebook in person ever. They're going to be virtual notebooks now, and I'll explain that more during our first section of notes next week. So normally in the past, we've used TI-84s in class. However, I only have enough where one class full of students can use them. So I can't send them home with you. However, if you have a regular calculator at home, or if you just Google search calculator and you can use that for now. If we are ever going to be doing any type of graphing, I'll show you how to do that and use the different platforms in Google Classroom. So any extra help. So algebra is a course that requires you to ask a lot of questions. If you don't ask questions when you're confused, most likely you'll just get more confused, because algebra is one of the first big math subjects that you're going to have in high school, and it really starts to build, and everything from here on out builds. Algebra, and then algebra 2, and then geometry, and so on. They build upon each other. So some ways you can get extra help are during our last 15 minutes during our Google Meet session. You can ask questions. Every Friday I'm going to hold virtual office hours, and I'll let you know how you can sign up for those. That you will do individually. So if maybe the Google Classroom times don't work for you during the week, and on Friday at 8 a.m. works best for you, even though you have me 6th period, we can make that work. Another way would also be to just email me directly if you ever need help. So how you're going to be graded. Oh, I'm sorry that the percentages didn't come up. This would say 30, 30, 20, 10, and 10, but they came up down below. So tests and quizzes are both 30% of your grade. So overall quizzes and tests make up 60% of your grade. So it's over half. So if you fail every quiz and every test, you will not pass the class. So make sure that you study for those and ask questions and prepare adequately for them. For tests, I gave you a synopsis of a few ways to study. And quizzes, tests, there's normally one per chapter. Quiz, I try to do one per week, but it doesn't always happen. It depends upon the lessons and how quickly we get through things. I'll let you know at least one day prior about a quiz. I normally give you till the end of the next day to finish it. So make sure you're checking your Google Classroom daily. If you don't and you miss a quiz, that's on you, and you will not get to make it up. So please pay attention to that. Homework's assigned regularly. Try to get it done for the next class, because I do try to review it and ask questions. Notes, this is going to be per lesson. So I might give you a fill-in-the-blank document this time around, and you'll type that in, and then you'll turn that in directly at the end of the lesson when you finish it. And this shows me that you watched the video and did the notes, and that's 10% of your grade. Notes you cannot turn in a day late. Notes you turn in the day you watch the video. Participation is 10% of your grade, and this is going to be based on 1 to 5 questions asked at the end of every lesson. So this would be kind of like how we did exit tickets last year. Instead of that, you will have 1 question in a Google question form. You will just answer it and press submit. If you don't press submit, you won't get credit, so be careful with that. Your letter grade system, if you have an 89.99 and you're like, Miss Nestor, can you round it up because I tried really hard? No. Pay attention to your grades, please, so that you can be on the ball. And if you want that A or you want that B, you can shoot for that grade. The general class expectations, I made that video and you guys watched it yesterday. When it comes to Power School, if your parents have questions about Power School, make sure they talk to you first, because most likely you know what your grade is or have some type of idea if you are keeping on the ball with that. If you need your login for Power School, remember to check in with your guidance counselor. If you are in 10th through 12th grade, you will have Mr. Bellinger. If you are in 9th, you will not, okay? And make sure if after you go through all of these, if your parents or guardians still have questions, then they can email me, but try to figure it out as much as you can on your own first. But I am here if you need me. My contact information is right here at the end of your syllabus. And this is just the school's phone number with my direct extension. If you plug that in versus doing the full number and getting the secretary, it'll just send you directly to me. But the best way to get me is through email. I do sometimes check these during the weekend, not all the time, but I'm more likely to check my email versus anything else. And I'm pretty quick about it. I'll answer you within the day, as long as it's prior to 3 p.m. So that is the general run through of your syllabus. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Now you are ready to take your quiz. So please go and take your syllabus quiz now.